Hello. Now this is the a second part of the video which I've started preparing to explain you about 20 use cases for artificial intelligence in your regular work. Now let's go to the 11th use case. The 11th use case is it is about reducing your follow-up work. There may be some follow-up works that some of us may do in our day-to-day work. For example, one thing which comes to me at the top of the mind is the finance department may be following up with the stores for the invoices. Now, this is one activity that they regularly do. If you are a chartered accountant, you are filing a lot of returns in the name of your clients, and you may be following up with the customers or the clients for various details that are required for filing a GST return or a IT TDS return and so on and so forth. Now you can automate this. There are people who have already done this. It's nothing new, and this you can use AI to automate it. AI will develop a small program, and then it will follow with all your clients on a date that you set. And if, let's say, on a particular day you have set a date but some people have still not sent, so it will follow up separately with those people who have not sent the details. So that way, the regular follow up wherever you do, you can automate it. So let's say if the stores persons have to be followed up with for the sake of invoices, now the finance department can prepare a simple app which will do this follow up on its own. You don't have to interfere. Okay, then you may tell the app that every week please follow up with the stores, and whichever invoices that have not come by Tuesday evening of the next week, you please escalate to me. So you will get a small list of invoices that you are not received. So this is something which is very useful for the finance department, because they will be able to avoid doing this follow up on their own, spending personal time. The AI can do this follow up on your behalf. So this is another case. The 12th use case for artificial intelligence in your regular work is you can use AI to analyze the process data that you may be collecting. Now, many of the manufacturing companies will be collecting process data on the shop floor. Some companies, they display graphs. Now many companies may be collecting this process data using IoT. So you can analyze the data that is being collected from the process, and you can try to understand what's happening in the process. Let's say you are collecting the data about baking oven temperatures. Now, baking oven typically has many areas where the thermocouples are put, and then data is collected from various areas. Now, one is to see whether all the data points are within your specs, but the other is to see, compared to last time, how it has changed. And then you compare it with the last 6 times, 8 times, 10 times data, and then try to understand what's happening with this baking oven. Okay, so it will be able to analyze the data and then give you an analysis report. In the absence of AI, you are supposed to be analyzing it, and then you are supposed to be understanding what's happening to the process. But again, the same excuse for the process engineers and the manufacturing engineers: everybody is busy, they are not able to understand. So now you have AI who can understand what's happening in the process and then give you a summary saying that this is what is happening. Probably the heaters are getting weak. You may have to change the heaters in this particular area, and so on and so forth. It can give you beautiful recommendations also. But like anyway, in any of the cases earlier that I have been saying, is that you have to use your own discretion. Okay, AI is not 100% correct as of now. Okay, so it'll do at least 75-80% of your job, but the ultimate decision I think you have to take care. So this is another use case. 13th use case for artificial intelligence in your regular work is you can use AI to analyze your KPIs. Many companies, employees are having KPIs. So you collect data on your KPIs, maybe daily, maybe weekly, maybe monthly, depending on the level at which you are. And every week or month, you're supposed to analyze this data, understand what is happening, and then take a corrective and preventive action. Now, some good companies insist that their employees write the corrective and preventive actions. Even in these companies, the quality of corrective action and preventive action is quite low. Okay, so now you can train your employees using AI for writing better corrective action and preventive action. You can also ask AI to analyze the KPI data of each employee and then suggest the corrective action and preventive action on the basis of the trend of that particular parameter, not just what happened this month, but on the basis of the trend. So it would work well for a company to train their employees in better corrective action and preventive action using AI. Okay, you can ask them to write corrective action, preventive action, and then ask AI to suggest a corrective action and preventive action, and see whether whether any improvements can be done by the employees on the kappa. That way, they have a good tool for improving their own corrective action and preventive action on a weekly, monthly basis. So this is something other than the boss. This is a tool that is available. I write my corrective action, preventive action. Immediately, AI can tell me saying that yes, you have written a good one, or it can say, why don't you look at this data also? Now you need to take some different action. Okay, so I suggest this action. What do you think? So you have a tool which can help to improve your executives. Okay, so this is a fantastic tool which will help to improve all your employees, and also to study what is happening at every level, because this KPIs and kappa is required at every level, and AI can give its inputs on the KPIs, KPI data, and corrective action and preventive action at every level. Even the CEO can use AI to see whether he is guiding the company in the right direction, or is there any improvement that he can make. See, AI always gives you its ideas. Now it's up to you whether to accept it or not. So earlier, if you did not have anything, now you have a tool which can give you suggestions. So it's fantastic, isn't it? The 14th use case for artificial intelligence in your regular work is there is a concept called incident logs, which is used in the area of training. When you do leadership training or behavioral training, you ask the leaders to adapt new behaviors and to see whether they're doing well in that area or not. You ask them to write incident logs. Let's say you want to improve your assertiveness. Your coach or your trainer had told you as to how to improve your assertiveness. You tried it. You may be successful, you may not be successful. So you write an incident log about what happened. You tried to face your colleague, and then you tried to respond in an assertive manner, but then what happened? Did you do well or did you not do well? Either way, you write an incident log, and then you are supposed to give it to your trainer or to your coach. Now, what is possible is these incident logs can be fed to AI. AI can analyze it and then tell you with how you have responded. This is a very beautiful feature. If you want behavioral changes in any of your team members, this is a tool that you can use. The I'm giving you two tools actually: the incident log as well as the AI evaluating the incident logs. So this is a very powerful tool. You can try to use it. Now, the next application of artificial intelligence in your regular work is, I call it broadly as video analysis. Now, artificial intelligence can analyze a video. It can analyze a video against particular parameters that you give. Let's say you take the video of shop floor and then say, how is the fires here? It can analyze and give you a feedback. If you ask it to analyze a video of a workman working at his workstation and ask it to evaluate against SOP, it can do that. So, video analysis is something which is a very broad subject, and I'm only talking about two or three applications in your work area, but you can apply this in many ways. Again, creativity is the only limitation that we have, but otherwise, the video analysis can be applied to many things. Like, for example, in one of the companies, there are two employees who are working. This is a service industry. It's a restaurant, and in restaurants, two captains are working, and someone took a video of these captains working, and they asked AI to do the analysis of Captain A versus Captain B, and then it gave a beautiful analysis, and then it even gave marks for various parameters and then suggestions about how these captains can improve their interactions with the customers. So again, video analysis can be used for a variety of things. Now, please come up with various applications and then start using the video analysis. Now, the 16th application of artificial intelligence in your regular work is analyzing the audio. So, when you analyze a video, you also analyze the audio. But there may be some areas where you would like to analyze only the audio. So, what are those cases? Let's say your team members are responding to customers on phone. Okay, you can record the phone call and then analyze the audio to see how well they have responded. One is about the subject knowledge, and so on. But the other is, okay, how confidently the person has responded, how caring he was, how nicely he spoke to the customer, and so on and so forth. So you can have your own requirements. The AI will evaluate against those requirements. AI can get a feel for the confidence with which the person is talking. So, to that much extent, AI can do the analysis. So, analyzing the audio again is a very broad feature that I'm talking about. You can use this in an innovative manner in many places. Try it out. Now, the next use case, the 17th use case of artificial intelligence in your regular work is to use the customized GPTs. So you can create customized GPTs in ChatGPT. And how do you use these GPTs? GPTs, broadly, let me call it as like an app or a program. Okay, you can you can configure this program to work as per whichever way that you want it to work. For example, let me give you one example to make it clear. Let's say you are setting up a new factory. Now you are set up in a team to manage the setting up of new factory, and you have a lot of things happening in this project. You are ordering equipment, you are doing construction, and then within construction there are a lot of interdependencies which are there. The construction up to so much level, it has to be completed, only then electrical can start. Electrical has to be completed, only then the what do you call the equipment installation can start. Some of the equipment may require a foundation, so that has to be completed before the machine comes into the company. If the machines come too early, they'll be lying all over the place. So there are many interdependencies, and then it's very tough to manage such a project, even using the project management software and so on. Okay, so it's always the project manager will have to keep watching everything and then make sure that things are getting aligned, and then things are smoothly getting done. But now the project manager has a fantastic help in terms of AI. If you put all these project plans, everything into the AI, it can help you to manage the project in such a way that the project gets done at the best speed possible. And then from time to time, it can keep highlighting, saying that in the next 2 months, this problem may come up. So you look out for this. So it is possible to use AI for this type of a project management. So GPTs can be used for projects. This is only one of the use that I'm talking about for GPTs. Again, GPTs is a very wide basket. Okay, so you can use it for many things. We'll discuss in future, maybe another one or two. Now, the 18th use case for artificial intelligence in your regular work is, I spoke about GPTs in my last use case. Now, the GPTs can be used as reservoirs of knowledge. You can use them as reservoirs of knowledge. Let's say you are handling an important project for a customer. There is product development involved in that. There is application development that is involved in that. There is customer service that is involved in that. Everything together, you have to deliver something very nice to the customer. Now, you can define this in GPT. You can define this in GPT, make sure that all the people are getting aligned, all the important things are getting captured. And because the discussion happens within this GPT, the GPT will know what all is happening in the project. So anybody asks any question, okay, let's say the R&D person doesn't know a particular micro level point about the project that is being handled by, let's say, the engineering person, or by the service person, or by the installation person. Now you can ask the GPT will tell you what's happening. Again, it's up to you to how to cross verify that. Okay, make sure your GPTs are absolutely reliable, only then start relying on that 100%. Okay, like I said, all this, take it with a small caveat that AI is not 100% okay, it can be 75% to 80% okay. So be careful on that. Now, the 19th use case for artificial intelligence in your regular work is, you can develop apps using AI. Now, earlier, the apps are developed only by the software guys, either within the company or people who are from outside the company. You were never able to develop an app. But now, any of you can develop an app for yourself. I have developed an app. I have no IT background, absolutely. Uh, Probably, actually, I started my career as as an IT person. Okay, but that's about 40 years back, and there is very hardly that much amount of programming that I've done. I don't remember any of that. Okay, but now I can develop an app. I did develop an app, and this app was for training on a particular topic for the engineers. When I saw the engineers in a particular company, they are lacking the analytical ability, the ability to use data and then take analytical decisions. I think that's sadly missing. It's not just in that company, in many companies, it is missing with employees. So I decided to develop a simple app that will help them to practice analytical ability on a daily basis for 15 days, and then it will keep evaluating them on every topic. This app was helping me to train the employees between my monthly visits to the company on specific topics that are of interest to the company. So all the examples that were used are company oriented examples. So, like this, I think it is possible for you to develop apps for some specific purposes and then totally change the way you deal with that subject. In this case, it is a training. So, it can give you many more tools. So, developing the apps is a broader subject. Whatever examples I have given you, it is one example, but you can develop apps for just about anything in your work. Wherever you feel the work is routine, it can be done on its own by a program. You can develop an app for that. So this is a very, very powerful feature of artificial intelligence. Depends again on how well you can use it for benefiting your company. Now, the last use case that I would like to discuss with you is relating to research. Re- Whatever research that you want to make. Let's say, for example, you are setting up a factory and you want to automate a particular process. Now you can describe that process and then ask AI to do a research and then tell you what type of machines are available for this type of operations. And if ready-made machines are available, it will find out and it will suggest to you. Okay, if ready-made machines are not available, then it can also suggest you who can develop these machines, customized machines for you. Okay, and if you give the total process to it, it can also suggest you saying that how many machines may be required for this. Is one machine enough for completing the whole process, or maybe two machines are required, or three machines are required? What is the efficient way of handling it? It can also relate to the your line and then the lean principles and so on. So it is almost like a highly experienced project manager is sitting there who is having a fantastic process knowledge of your company's manufacturing process, and it will talk to the suppliers with commercial acumen. It will go back and then look at what are the lean principles that are need to be taken care of, and it will also learn about it. It will also know about the machines and then machine building and so on. So you get all this rolled into one person in terms of AI, and then that person will give you the best possible equipment design and the sources who can get you these machines, these equipments. Again, here also the AI can do maybe 65 to 70% of the work. You need to bring in your experience. As of now, that is required, but maybe as we go forward, I think it can learn. By the way, now all this learning that I am talking about, you can teach the AI that you are using locally, because you're going on dealing with it. Let's say you go on dealing with it for 1 year, 2 years, let's say, in terms of designing your process machines and so on. After 2 years, your AI will be giving you much better answers for your questions in the area of this machine building and so on and so forth. So it will learn continuously. It can learn much better than any of us. These are the 20 use cases that I wanted to share with you. Now, I will also be coming out with a detailed video for each one of these use cases, and I would come back to you about that as to where I would publish them and so on. And let us see as to how we can learn more about these applications, go deeper. Like I said, in any of you can comment on these videos about the use cases that you may have, and then how the AI can be applied for that. We can always discuss, and I'm available for any support that you may require. Thank you.